Discretion is advised.
I think we're here. Maybe? Question mark. Testing, testing. I might have this good to go. Maybe. Yeah, I think we're good. Happy Thursday. You're listening and or watching Pwnecast. This is episode 207 and we are in patch 7.3.5. Tonight we are going to be talking about pretty much everything we missed last week, since for the first time in history we went an entire week without a show. We have lots of catching up to do, lots of information on Azeroth things, lots of stuff in BFA to discuss, because we did do some Warfront testing. I was able to actually get online for that. We have a lot going on this episode as far as information purposes go, so you guys definitely want to make sure you stay right here.
You have crossed into the world of the dead in search of answers.
Amongst the Azeroth elite, there are those who defy convention, the proud who laugh in the face of trolls and never flinch, the few who strive on unity, trust, and unwavering resolve, they who eat tacos. For the players, by the players, we bring you She Can Start a Revolt with a Chaos Bolt, Bell the Pwnecast Vanguard. Through light and darkness he commands the void, Remedies the Sage Lore Master. We bow to no one. We are Legion. We are Pwnecast.
I just realized I forgot the bumper. Hold on, guys.
Hello, people of Podcast Land. This is Winstallin speaking, and Winstead from the Technically PvP podcast, and you are listening to the Pwnecast podcast.
We're okay, I swear. Everything's fine. We're fine. I'm a little rusty. I missed an entire week, so I'm a little rusty. Rem, what about you? Are you feeling 22?
I feel 42.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't expecting that, actually. I honestly was not expecting that. Guys, welcome back. In case you are brand new to Pwnecast, my name is Belle, and with me is my co-host with the lore coast to coast. I screwed that up. Remedies. Hi, Rem.
Hi. Manifest Destiny, coast to coast. See? All right.
Yeah, I am about that, you know.
It's the American dream.
Is it the American dream?
I don't know.
Like, I feel like I'm out of touch with exactly what the American dream is.
Well, it is what you want it to be. Like, I just want to drink beer, play games, and work. So I'm fulfilling that destiny.
Yeah, is that I thought you were supposed to have, like, a wife and kids and, like, the dog and the cat and the...
No kids. Maybe a wife, no kids.
Bar or something? I feel like there's a bar involved.
Yes, a bar would
If
be
you
involved.
have a wife and children, you probably are well acquainted with the bar. And I'm not hating, because if I like to put on pants, I would be at the bar. Guys, I do want to apologize for there being no show last week.
Mind-blowing.
In 5 years, that's never happened. We have never not had a show. We have recorded sick, dead, dying, puking, bleeding, fever, coughing, sneezing, all of that. I've never, ever. But in thinking about it, I was really sick and I didn't want to half-ass the show. So I thought maybe sometimes it's okay that I just don't do things and just be okay with sometimes we have to not do them, because I'd rather give you guys 100% than, you know, the very grumpy and sick Belle. I was coughing and I couldn't breathe.
But even when you're 100%, you're still the grumpy.
I know. You're right.
I don't see the difference.
But it was the first time in history that I've ever done that, and it was very hard for me to do. We were even going to try to record the show the weekend, but I wasn't recovering because I was still working. I couldn't take time off because I'm a manager and managers don't get to do that on the fly like that. So I do apologize that there wasn't a show. And we probably are not going to have any guests until May. mostly because I have a lot going on. Rem just moved, and in fact, a few minutes before the show started, my office was in complete shambles because...
I mean, it still is, but...
I just hid the parts you guys can't see. Like, I moved all the stuff so you couldn't see that everything was, like, in disarray. But
I mean, yeah, and I spent 40 minutes routing Ethernet for you guys.
Yeah, because I did tell him...
mostly for Bell.
I told him Monday, hey, we have show Thursday. I'm going to need you to not be on Wi-Fi because the Wi-Fi is not good for show quality. So he did route himself some internet halfway across the house because...
It's on the... No, literally, the router is on the other side. I'm on the far wall. It's on the far fucking wall.
That's why I'm really super happy that I'm the boss of this house, because the router is wherever I say the router is, and it's whatever my room is. But now that we've gotten that out of the way...
Everything's Gucci, so...
Yeah, everything's good. For those of you who are unsure, always make sure you follow on Twitter, because the Pwnecast Twitter will always keep you up to date. I know a lot of you had sent in messages. I got some emails because everybody was like freaking out because there was no show. So,
did you die?
Like, we have a great gal who mans the Twitters, and she's like exponentially better than I am at Twitter, and she will always make sure that you guys are up to date on stuff. But moving forward, let's get right into it. So for the reset, which is going to be the 24th, the Pet Battle bonus event is going to be what's the weekly. There is no brawl next week, but currently right now as we speak is the Gravity Lapse brawl, which I need to get in there and do that because I feel like I need to just...
That's like my second least favorite one.
I feel like I just want to bang my head against the wall sometimes, so sometimes that's fun, right? No? Isn't that fun? Oh, wait, we're not.
I didn't get that memo.
You didn't get that? I didn't get the memo either. I just totally realized that I was going to show you guys the DitchCon teaser, but I forgot to put it on the XSplit scene. Go Bell! Hey, go to DitchCon's Twitter or our Facebook, and you can see the video yourself because I'm a scrub.
DitchCon Twitter?
Yeah, it's at the DitchCon because some other jerk has DitchCon and doesn't ever post or use it, so it's the DitchCon. But there's a really legit teaser. We've got stuff in the works. Hopefully the Kickstarter will be ready next week. I didn't want to launch it this week because Con Before the Storm has already launched theirs. So if you guys are BlizzCon goers and you plan on attending some of the parties, which one of them is Con Before the Storm, I'd like you guys to go give them a little bit of some backing help. I usually try to do mine like a week after Con Before the Storm, so that way when both Kickstarters close, it's not the same pay week for everybody, because there's a lot of people who back both parties. But I have Firecat Rich is doing half of the stuff, and then Noxie, guys, the one and only Noxie, Noxie Chu, is doing the other half of the art.
Bless you.
Which is pretty awesome because it's Noxie. Like, how can you not? I'm trying to make it where I can get her to do badges for some of the, for one of the tiers for the backers, but we'll just kind of see how that plays out because I gave her a lot of work. But I'm super stoked that she was interested in working with us, which is pretty nice because it's Noxie. I don't even think I need to give her an introduction. And Firecat, she is stellar and is doing a really great job with our stuff. So make sure you guys check out the DitchCon. I'm really mad I didn't... Guys, I failed everybody. But that's okay. I suppose Rem could probably find the link that's on the DitchCon website for the video, because a lot of people, some people don't use Twitter and some people don't use Facebook, but on the DitchCon website.
We should make a MySpace for the people that are stuck in...
Yeah, we should make a MySpace because I want to have a fave.
As long as I can be in the top 8, I'm fine.
You know, it's a funny thing. I remember getting so mad when people would like bump me for somebody else. Isn't it funny how we like place such high value on things? And the same thing, if you remember, T-Mobile had the Fave 5. And my way to show people that I loved them, but this was when I would use T-Mobile, I showed them my love by putting them in my Fave 5. Like, if I loved you, you were in my Fave 5.
I did the same thing as Speed Dial because I didn't have T-Mobile.
I don't know that I've ever used T-Mobile. Is it bleeping out people? What are they typing that it's getting bleeped out? Hold on. That might be a mistake, guys. I apologize. You should be able to link stuff. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that can get dangerous.
I wonder why people can't link in the Twitch chat. I was doing stuff with bots, guys. I'm obsessed with bots. The Discord bots.
Now Stone is just yelling obscenities.
That's what he does. Hello? Stone's like, he potentially could be your Tourette's friend. Like, I've always wanted to have one, and I realize I'm probably going to make, you know, we're going to add more people to our list of offenses. But I feel like I would love to have, like, a super Tourette's friend.
We already have enough Tourette's between, like, 4 of us in the Hilton. So.
I would take them everywhere, and I would let them... Hold on. I think the Nightbot is what's doing it, guys. I'm new. How do I make Nightbot not my moderator? What do I do? Unmod? Guys, I'm new.
Yeah.
Is that what I do? I do / unmod? Hold on.
You could do that.
Well, I turned it on before I set it up. Like, I'm not ready for that. When you type Nightborn instead of Nightbot because you're obsessed with Suramar. Is that the right command? I don't have permission to perform that action. Are you fucking shitting me?
Oh, because you're not on... Oh, wait. You're on 2. Whoa.
No, my Twitch has always been able to link... I'm going to figure this out, guys, is we're going to stop the show until I can let people do what they need to do, because this is...
That is valid. Tourette's people should not be treated like pets.
No, I don't want to treat them like pets. I would love them and... Like,
that's what you do with pets.
No, I would never treat them like pets. I would just make sure that, you know, a thing. I'm not blocking links. Fuck you, Nightbot. How do I make Nightbot not be my thing anymore? Can you, like, go away? Ugh. Hold on. Oh, I found it. I'm fixing it. Okay, can you guys try to link again? Because I think I fixed it. Question mark, maybe. I think I fixed it. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now that we got sidetracked, I think I fixed it. So, where were we? PvP Brawl, Gravity Lapse, DitchCon, Pet Battle Bonus event next week. Oh, Nightbot, why? This filter allows you to time out and whitelist links. Wait, can I just make it where I don't... Guys, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm new.
Or they're messing with you and just typing out asterisks.
That would actually be kind of funny. That would actually be super funny. Okay, so we're going to figure this out because I don't get it. And okay, oh, I can part the channel. Hold on. I made Nightbot leave the channel. See if that works. And if that doesn't work, I'm just going to be over it. Some hot fixes that I believe were the 10th that I missed last week, which you guys probably already know, but I felt like it was my duty to tell you anyway. The achievement, There's a Boss in there, is now a legacy achievement and does not award any achievement points. In case you don't know what this is basically completing a class order hall mission, which rewards a dungeon quest. So, I don't know why it was changed. I don't even remember doing that quest. I know that I've probably done it on every single alt, but I don't remember. Oh my god, it deleted the link?
I'm pretty sure that's Stone.
Guys, why isn't it... Hold on. Can I, like, click your name and let you do... Hold on. How can I make you a mod? Let's just do that. Oh, wait. I'm permitting you guys to do something. So I guess that maybe that means... I let you? Settings, channel, and videos. Hold on. I told you I was going to stop this whole motherfucking show. Twitch hates me, guys. This just in. Twitch hates me. Guess what? I'm going to turn the modding off. How about that? Permitted terms. Guys, they clearly don't know me very well because Okay, that should be good. Maybe question mark. I don't know. I turned off the mod because I guess Twitch mod's a thing. Maybe. Yeah, that should work. Okay. Okay. Who? God damn it. Because I'm not on the podcast account. Why? Guys, Guys.
Isn't that what I just said?
Guys. Okay, so while I'm doing that, good news regarding BattleNet balance. You can now, for the price of whatever amount of money, you can gift BattleNet balance to another person. So, Rem, I'm gonna need to borrow like 25. Can we do that or no?
See, the way my bank account works is I have a checkings and a savings, and they both sometimes have money.
They sometimes. Most of the time, they don't have any of those monies.
I just like ruining your joke.
You like what?
Ruining your joke.
Well, that hurts my feelings. Because I had them at one point, and now they're gone. I did turn off being logged in as Pwnecast, so that should work. Maybe, question mark, I don't know. Okay. While we figure out if we can actually send a freaking link here, because let's stop the entire show. Guys, I'm rusty. I'm new today. Today, I'm brand new. Everything is new.
Let me get a pen and count out the squirrels really quick.
It still won't let them. Something is happening. I don't know. Maybe Moobot. We're going to find out. Yeah, you can gift your BattleNet balance, which is awesome. Because there has been times when I've had like an excessive amount of BattleNet balance and I didn't have a means to give it to a person. So, like, I'm kind of happy about that, honestly. Right? Right? Right?
Totally.
Like, totally tubular or?
Totally tubular.
What does that mean?
It means it's awesome. Hello?
Uh-huh.
So hotfixes.
Yeah. There wasn't very many. Like, there was literally just the one. That was the only one that I had on there. Oh, also, did we talk about BlizzCon being officially announced?
Not here.
Not here, right? We didn't mention that. Not last week, but the week before. I didn't think so. Well, BlizzCon's been announced November 2nd and 3rd, which I think everybody knew that because Blizzard pretty much sticks to that same situation. Tickets do go on sale May 9th and May 12th. Now, there's a couple things that I want to make sure you guys are aware of when it comes to buying tickets. Guys, when it comes to buying tickets, the only thing you could do is take a fucking shot of tequila and pray to the internet gods that your connection is 1.2.3 seconds faster. We typically get into a group, and the first one to get in will get tickets, and we'll PayPal and swap money and do things to make sure that, you know, we get everybody tickets. Whoever doesn't get them first round, we get them in the second round. There's a couple things that you could do to kind of make your process a little bit not faster, but easier. Have a couple tabs open. They tell you not to do that, but we do it anyway because we don't listen. We're rebels and we're gamers. Hi, we don't follow rules. And refreshing the second they go on sale is super important. Now, if in both ticket waves, it's time for the show, guys. If in both ticket waves,
fix that timer.
It's because I haven't fixed it since the time change. In both ticket waves, I did. I don't know. Angie, I'll have to fix it after. I screwed everything up. I'm new this week. So yeah.
Yeah, this week.
Yeah, this week I'm totally new. Like, I'm brand spanking new. If you don't get them both times, go to the BlizzCon 2018 Facebook group and add yourself to the group. One of us
get there immediately because it'll fill up.
Yeah, one of those lovely admins, aka myself and a few others, will add you, and typically we have like a running list going. There's looking for BlizzCon, which is lfblizzcon.com. After both ticket sales, a friend of mine, which is Elkie, she actually runs that site. Which I used her real name, I don't know if that's appropriate, but I did anyway.
Well, she goes by Elkie and Clover and Elkie. So
yeah, and well,
usually Elkie.
I think Plum is what's on that site. Now, the cool thing about that is she tries to do her best to kind of make sure that the tickets are like on the up and up. In fact, like, 90% of people that don't get tickets will go straight to eBay and they'll pay $800-900 per ticket. Don't do that, guys. Don't go to eBay. Don't pay over face value. If anybody's charging you over face value, don't pay that. Not to go to BlizzCon. You can still go to BlizzCon and enjoy all the festivities that happen that week and, you know, come up on a ticket at BlizzCon.
You might actually have a chance of getting it in line. So.
Yeah, and some people will want to go one day but not the other, and you just borrow their stuff and go. It's not that big of a deal. So if you guys are making the trip or you're planning and you want to go but you feel like you're stressed about the ticket, the ticket really is a really small piece of the whole like week experience. So
maybe like 70% of it is outside of the actual con.
Honestly, like the whole week. And I think we talked about this last year. I know a lot of people feel overwhelmed about the expense. Take it in small chunks, budget throughout this year to, you know, if you're flying, then budget your money appropriately so that you can get your ticket and save money for your hotel. Go with other people or find other people. That LF BlizzCon does like a roommate situation for hotels. In the BlizzCon 2018 Facebook group, you can often find people that are looking to split cost on a room. And honestly, food, the only important meal is dinner. I eat yogurt in the morning or the afternoon. I only eat like dinner, so it's not that big of a deal. You guys can make it happen. It's gonna be
I love food. I go for the lunch and the dinner.
Well, I don't like getting out of bed early.
Well, that's unfortunate. So
some of us have lives. Okay, I don't know, you muted yourself
because Alexa is talking to me.
Alexa is a dick. I've learned that she... Not you, Alexa!
Anyways, but yeah, no, I have to wake up early for work and stuff, so... Yeah,
$2 tacos at the Hilton also, most of the nights there, which is so smart.
That's for one.
Is it for one? Oh, I mean, they're a little overpriced.
It feels like it.
They're, you know, because you have to eat like 5 to get full. But honestly, I bring my own alcohol. I don't buy alcohol in California because everything in California costs more money, and I'm cheap as fuck.
And don't drink Bell's water because it's spiked.
Yeah, if I ever offer you a drink, it won't be roofied. It'll just be all alcohol with like 0 H2O, FYI. But I bring we all of us bring several bottles of alcohol, and I bring mixers like orange juice and lemonade and shit, and we pregame at the hotel, and then we drink, you know, our pre-made drinks at the Hilton, because you don't have to spend a ton of money at the bar to be able to have a good time. So over the course of the next few months, like I'll have little kind of little things for you guys.
Survival tips.
Yeah, survival tips if you've never been. I feel like since this is my, what is this? How many cons have I been to? This is my 4th. Is this my 4th?
Your 4th, my 3rd.
Whoa, guys! What a love affair. Yeah, the IHOP is expensive and it's disgusting. So is that Denny's. Anything down there in those avenues are disgusting. The Denny's served me burnt toast. I was very mad.
Isn't that what toast is?
No, it was like burnt. And then the server was super excited to hand it to me. Like she was just giving me the golden fucking ticket. And I'm like, wow, can we not? Because this is gross. Sorry, I had to take a drink so I don't cough. All right. So, yes, BlizzCon's there. May 9th, May 12th. May the odds ever be in your favor, because they sell out like within minutes. So if you're one of those people that comes on like 45 minutes later and you're thinking you're going to get a ticket, I'm talking like 5 minutes and it's already sold out. Like people are quick. Grease lightning. Yeah, so. And if you are in a group of people, odds are you might get a little better, because if one person gets in, they can buy 4 tickets, and you know, you guys can do all that stuff. And don't forget, you can also buy the dinner tickets, which I love that they do the charity dinner, and I think that's awesome that everybody gets to like rub elbows with the Blizzard guys and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately,
they're touching penises.
Well, here's the thing: my budget does not appreciate any of that, so it's expensive. It's, what is it, like $600?
Yeah, it's about like 5 or 6. Yeah.
I keep hitting this cord and I think it goes to something. I'm getting paranoid. I need to move it.
Well, maybe if you kick it hard enough, we can find out what it is.
I moved Bertha and I moved all the stuff, and Bertha's on the right side and she's under the desk. And guys, I'm having a midlife, like, I don't want to say crisis. What's the word? Meltdown? Breakdown?
Well, that's worse than crisis.
Yeah, $750 for the charity dinner. That gets you a BlizzCon ticket and it gives you the dinner. So technically, I guess $500. Well, the ticket's like $213 plus tax.
I mean, even that thing still sells out pretty quick. Like it was like 30 minutes.
I like how Moobot linked. I forgot. I didn't put the teaser in Moobot. Why? I'm new, guys. I'm new today. Welcome.
We'll figure life out. Don't worry.
Welcome. All right. There is not a whole lot of other like live World of Warcraft news. There was a possible thing going on because the Zorathian cultists were channeling a cast. Then this very Johnny Mnemonic type guy gets on Reddit and like breaks down the cultist cast and basically debunks it being linked to anything. The times that the cultists have actually like had an event, supposedly it was purely coincidental. Like he hit like there was like a bunch of numbers and some math there that after the math I was like, I'm just gonna keep scrolling. But I don't think it's linked to anything because he seemed like he knew what he was talking about, and everything on the internet's real, right?
As long as it's still on there on April 2nd, then yeah, it's real.
Yeah, I feel like everything on the internet's real. Like everything you read and see on the internet is real. Everything, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if I wanted to make sure that's some life advice from Belle. If you're ever wondering like if the internet is truth, it is. Just ask my husband who believes everything on the fucking internet. Everything.
Hey, don't talk about him that way.
No, then he says, I saw it on a news post. Whose news? The Onion? Like, what is your news source? Just because it has the word news and it doesn't necessarily make it news.
Hey, I get all my credible sources from the Onion, okay? It's a news source.
Honestly, I follow TMZ, so... To be fair, though, TMZ's not wrong about many things.
They hide in the trash can. Like, they're pretty...
Like, they're really not wrong about many things. And a lot of people make fun of me because there'll be things that'll happen, like a celebrity dying, that I won't believe unless I see it on TMZ. And I know that people think I'm crazy because it's, you know, a tabloid site or whatever. But, like, these dudes hide in people's garbage cans. These guys scale fucking 40-foot walls. They lerp on the roof. They sleep in trees. These guys go the distance to get pictures and video that nobody else can get. So my money's on the guys that are willing to hide in trash cans for being any kind of correct about anything. So everybody can make fun of me, but I'm just saying.
Well, that's not why I make fun of you, but okay.
I hate him, guys. I hate him every single day. Okay, so let's talk about some BFA things. Now, a lot has happened. I actually spent the last couple of days kind of getting myself caught up because with being sick and all of that, I kind of was really super out of the loop. I did go into BFA to see some things. I was devastated to find out that I have to create a new character because some stuff that they've added I don't see on the one I have.
Well, that's the only way to test new implementation.
I don't want to see the cinematic. Like, I don't want to, or not the cinematic, but I don't want to go through that story.
You provide information and news. You have to.
I know. I'm aware. I'm gonna do it, guys. This weekend, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna do it because I need to get stuff done. So I'm gonna have to create a new character, and I'm gonna have to deal with I have to get spoilers on the Lordaeron thing. I completely ignored it on the news sites because I didn't want any spoilers. But I guess there's not an option to not do it. They kind of force you to go through it. So I am gonna do that this weekend, unfortunately. But once you hit 116 in BFA, all the Legion legendary effects are going to be disabled. So you're not going to be able to have any of those things that happen on the legendary effects. Now, I know that the way that things are working out now in some testing that I've done and testing that Rem has done and testing that I've seen other people do, they have started taking some of the abilities that we get on these legendaries and on our weapon, and they're kind of folding that into some of our
Some of them, yes. It's either going to be the talents or like
Right.
a passive or actually implemented into the spell book.
yeah,
So,
they're kind of folding it in different, little pieces and parts and stuff like that. So at least we'll have some stuff, question mark. I mean, honestly, we're used to that.
yeah. Well, not in this way where it's. Well, actually, that's not true either. Because when they prune, it messes up the rotation. But like for instance, on Shadow Priest, because Void Torrent isn't such a pivotal thing. It's not like an essential thing, but it just messes up the rotation.
Yeah, I'm a little derpy in BFA because I'm used to my opener, which is my Dimensional Rift and my Life Tap for my Empowered Life Tap. I don't have either of those things. So my rotation in BFA is slightly derpy because I'm trying to adjust to not having those. I mean, we adapt. It's not that big of a deal. Maybe, question mark.
Except if it's Kata.
I just want you to know that, like, I didn't love World of Warcraft then. I wasn't emotionally involved, and there wasn't this great love affair where I could feel free to walk away. Or feel sad about walking away. I didn't love it then. I was too, like, I don't care what you change. I'm just not going to deal with it. I'm not going to play it. But I suffered through Draenor, guys. I think I've proven that I'm like, a soldier. Like I can handle it at its worst because Draenor was really bad for destruction, like really bad. So I think I can survive that.
I will survive.
I really feel like that should be my mantra, honestly. I feel like that should be the thing.
That's pretty valid.
The new bonus roll tokens are going to be the Seal of the Ancient Fate.
I mean, if you ancients faint, they get old. So
I'm new, guys. I'm just going to keep saying that because I'm way off my game. Hall of Fame achievement changes. Now, I'm going to be really 100% honest with you. So somebody did a review on iTunes. I know who you are, and I know you're listening, and I know you're going to dislike this video. But I only bring this up because it was mentioned that we never know what's going on. We never know anything. You're probably right. Like 90% of things I probably don't know. Where does water come from? I don't know.
how do magnets work? Or gravity for that case.
Right. How come I don't have internet when my microwave is off? Like, there's lots of things that I probably don't know. I love you, Jim. But there are some times when I legitimately don't understand the weight of what's being done with a thing, right? And I think Rem knows everything, so it's really hard for him to, like, put himself in that.
Well, I know everything about the stuff you don't need to know. Like, I'm an encyclopedia of useless information, so...
Well, there are times when I don't know the weight of a decision that's made or the weight of a class change because I don't play that class. That doesn't make me a
1.2
terrible...
grams.
That doesn't make me a terrible podcaster because I don't know everything. I don't have to know everything. That's the beauty of things. There are plenty of experts in all the fields of World of Warcraft. I don't have to know those things. So I just wanted to make sure that individual, they need attention, because when people do that and they are upset at you because, you kick them from your guild and all those things, they get, the only way that they can do it. Yeah, the only way that they can do those kinds of things is to
Lash out.
To lash out on the internet, which means you need attention. And I got you, dude. I'm going to give you all the fucking attention every single episode you need, because that's what I'm here for. I love you. So Hall of Fame raid achievement changes. Now, typically, I don't even want to say typically. So we have the world first, while it's died down in its excitement, it's still a thing, right? Obviously, there's a lot of guilds. Most of them are EU, because EU's a different, like, they're on a whole other level. But the world first thing is still a thing. So what they're doing is, instead of actually receiving like a feat of strength for a realm first kill, the players in the top 100 guilds per faction, so top 100 alliance, top 100 horde, are actually going to be receiving a special feat of strength and title. And that, it's a Hall of Fame achievement is what it's called. So you get the title, like an example here. I'm not even going to try to say that name. Is it Gahoon?
You got it right.
Did
it's
I?
Not a hard name to say. Like, there's not much for it. It can be like.
Well, it could be really weird. Like, it could get weird really quickly. But so like when you kill the last boss of the first Mythic raid, you get Famed Slayer of, you know, said boss. Then you get the Hall of Fame achievement for Alliance or the Hall of Fame achievement for Horde.
See, but now people are going to require that achievement to join their pug raid.
Right. Now my question here is, what does this impact from a... I guess there's two sides of the story here. There's
the 1% and the not 1%.
There's the guys that compete, right? They're the raiders that compete. So the raiders that it matters to.
The royalty and the plebs. I mean, go all day.
Right. But what's
plebs, by the way. Okay.
What's the impact here besides the obvious stuff? Now, one of the things that I was thinking about is, does this mean we're going to have more going for the World First race? Because to me, Legion kind of killed the World First race in its like expansive amount of guilds that took part in it, right? I know that Legion Midwinter stopped. I think they stopped and then they took a break and then they came back because I feel like they did the
again.
Yeah. But I know the GM of Midwinter, and I knew his struggle because they couldn't ult like they needed to for comp for certain boss fights. There was a lot of hindrances because of the setup of Legion, which wasn't terrible. I enjoyed it, but you know, sometimes we do things that we don't know it's going to affect other things. And when I say we, I mean the developers, that they might not have had the foresight to know that that's what was going to happen. So I think perhaps part of this, because they removed the World First achievement in general in Draenor, didn't they? Because I remember HOTS being super mad about it.
Yeah, so yeah, they actually typically on that realm you would get a little achievement, and now that isn't a thing. They even removed the level, like the first one to level on the server was removed. What they need to do is, I don't see why they can't have it. I mean, it doesn't award any points. It doesn't give a title. Like, I don't see why they can't keep that kind of stuff. I don't know.
I think when they removed it, because Hots and I had gotten into a couple discussions from my standpoint and his standpoint, to me, I thought, I mean, do you need an achievement to know that you're good? Right? Like, from my point of view.
Recognition for my abilities.
No, and that's almost exactly a quote of what he said. You know, he just said, like, we sacrifice a lot. That achievement, while it's not...
What have you given, Sam? I mean, Belle? Who's
Sam? Sam's new. Hi, Dark. Another Dark. We have a Dark imposter. I feel like... So, I think that... I guess World First wouldn't necessarily be a thought process here because it's Realm First for the Hall of Fame thing.
Yeah, so a completely different thing. Like, you could transfer to some backwater server and get Realm First.
Right.
Transfer back and look like you're...
Right. I feel like perhaps this might be leading into a World First type of Hall of Fame situation.
Well, I don't think it's going to... Personally, I don't think it'll bring back big guilds, but it will entice people to actually...
I think Blizzard might be bringing back World First achievements in general.
Well, they should.
Yeah, I think that this is kind of a prelude to that. Because to me, you know, Realm First is cool, but, you know, whatever. I do feel like it's going to bring more people. Because here's the thing. You can't really go for Realm First and not go for World First at the same time, right? Like, I guess you can maybe not be as, like, insane.
Well, the Realm First on, like, for instance, our server, they're not competing for the World First, but you can get Realm First.
But maybe now they will, is what I'm saying. Because now that there's, like, the top 100 of each side. Guys, who loves ladders? Every fucking player loves ladders. You give 100 of each faction, only 100. Yeah, people are going to do it. So you figure if it's going to coincide with the Realm First race because it's all at the same time, like people are going to want to do it so that they could get their realm first, I feel like this might increase competition for world first because it's going to have to be done at the same time.
Yeah.
I bet you it's not going to be, though. Oh, they disband. That's sad. Yeah, I think what might happen here is this might excite people, perhaps.
A guild name Ukum and the Duker. That's amazing.
I feel like that should be my guild name. Just kidding. I really love my guild. Yeah, I really do feel like, you know, I think it's nice that they get that. And I think the more people that get involved in that, they might end up really liking it, especially for some of the higher pop servers. Like, what's a super competitive raid server?
Illidan, Stormrage, Area 52, not Sargeras. Those are the top ones I can think of at the top.
Like, what if with this new, the new way that they're doing this, what if this really does bring out more people interested in the world first because they want the realm first? Because on the high populated servers, like, they might go hand in hand. If everybody's trying to get realm first right away, especially on the servers where it's like a real serious thing, we might fuck around and actually get NA to win some shit for a change. Like anything. Can we win a BlizzCon? Can we win an arena? Can we do anything?
NA will at least get a title. One of those 100 titles. Oh, have they said anything on, because it's a guild-wide achievement, so everyone in the guild gets it, or only people that partook?
It says guild achievement. Hold on, let me... It's, yeah, the top 100 guilds per faction. So guild. So
if I just throw one of my alts in one of the guilds, pay my way into the roster, I can...
I actually don't know. I don't know what else was... Like, I tried to dig in a little bit more to understand, but... because I was sick last week, like, I might have missed a post.
Okay.
Yeah, the guild. The guild gets it. Which...
Oh, it's literally a guild.
Yeah,
okay.
It's the guild achievement. So, like, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are like, wow, I'm not going to have this on my character. But I feel like... So I had a conversation with Ian last year, and my conversation was, can you please fucking make guilds relevant again, because you're pissing me off. I didn't say that. I said it super nice, right?
Kind of.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I'm sure there's a ton of people that are probably mad about it. I haven't been able to do enough digging in to see what that means from other people's perspectives. I suppose I probably could have hopped into the Method Discord and seen what was going on in there, but I've been so busy that I wasn't able to. It's a little bit difficult for me to have an opinion on, like, the serious, like, the highly competitive PvE stuff, because I don't like that kind of stuff. It's not really my thing. I got my first taste of what it actually is like to be behind the scenes of a world first race since I started with Method before the last raid. Actually, I think it was the second world first raid, but I got to see in their Discord the stuff that they go through. Like, I'm pretty sure Scott didn't, like, potty for 2 days.
It's called a bottle.
I think the only reason he was even eating is because I know Jari was, like, hooking him up with food because he was pretty much attached to the desk, and I think he fell asleep a few times at the desk. But I got to kind of see the insanity and the hard work and dedication that really kind of made me have a little newfound respect. Like, I had already respected anybody that does anything on a competitive level. If you're competitively eating hot dogs, I respect you.
I was about to say competitive eating.
But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I want to do a little bit of digging, and really, I think now's the good time to kind of poll you guys and see what you guys think. You know, our perspective, we don't always see it from all sides because we can't. It's physically impossible. So sometimes I rely on you guys to keep me honest or to educate me on the different things and different sides that I'm not able to see because I don't know it firsthand. So comment if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're listening to this on iTunes, send an email to bell@pwnecast.tv. I did change the email. If you've sent me an email in the last 2 weeks, I have to dig through them because I forwarded and the forward wasn't working correctly. It was forwarding somewhere else. I fixed it, and I have the emails. I just need to go through them. So if you did send to bell@pwnecast.net, I probably didn't get it yet. But yeah, tell me, are you an ex, Realm First runner that led to World First, or are you an ex hardcore raider where you wore a diaper, on raid nights? Like, tell me, what potentially does this mean by giving it to the guild as a whole? Does this, to me, it feels like, it would be good for guilds.
Or maybe it might entice someone that's not brand new, but someone that hasn't done this before to scout guilds that partake.
The only thing that I gotta be honest about, though, is like, I'm anything that's for making guilds relevant, good, but I don't feel like it's gonna really make the guild more relevant, to be honest, because you have to be in a guild to run the Mythic race anyway. So it's not like you're doing a thing that you wouldn't normally do. There isn't, 20 people solo pugging. Like, you have to be in a guild.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a step towards other things, and that's kind of what I'm gonna choose to believe, that maybe there's a greater... maybe there's a greater force here at work.
Greater good.
Yeah, I think so. Just an opinion. I don't mean, we don't really know much every day. We don't know anything.
Apparently we don't know anything.
Yeah, we really don't. We just have shows where we are just completely uneducated about all the things. It just is what it is.
All my classes, all my tunes are like level 50. Okay.
Yeah, we're scrubs. I don't know anything. And the funny thing is when I did always have the answer and always knew everything and was never wrong about information, I got told that I needed to be in the kitchen making sandwiches because nobody likes a bossy gamer girl. And I find it funny that sometimes when I just don't want to answer because I want Rem to answer or, whatever, that it means I don't know anything. Guys, I know my place, okay? My place is fucking in the kitchen making tacos.
I'm still trying to figure out when you knew anything.
Hey, I know things like gravity and iced tea.
You know how to make good food. See what I did there?
Yeah, because I belong in the kitchen. Hello?
That is your domain.
I do rule it well. I mean, I don't do many things well, but I do cook very well. Shit, I forgot to grab the image of the fucking world map. Guys, the world map got updated, and I don't have an image to show you, but I'm sure you've already seen it by now. We got to see...
Soon, TM.
We got to see where these Zandalari people and... I don't know what I was going to say. That I said Zandalari.
Ulteris and Zandalar? Yeah,
I don't know why I said Zandalari. That was kind of weird. But we got to kind of see...
They're in the water.
It's still not fixed in alpha, though. The map still looks like they hand drew it or something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's weird. It's always weird when it's in, like, the alpha stage a little bit. But I'm really mad I didn't attach the freaking map, guys. Guys, I failed on multiple aspects, but I really should just fire myself because I even have in the notes show image. I don't have an image to show. Shit. Now we're going to talk about something that may or may not frustrate people, depending on your take on things. But let's talk about this global cooldown situation. Now, I read a thing that sent me to another thing that really put me down a dark path in regards to this global cooldown. So I was doing the forums. Now, one of the things that I normally do every week is I go through a lot of the forum posts. The only reason I do that is because I like to see what is going on in the community, who's being bothered by what are people's frustrations, what are people feeling about this. I like to be able to kind of understand that because sometimes I may not have thought of that, or it kind of helps me gain perspective when it comes to me giving you guys information. Now, I hadn't been doing that for probably a month or so because I've been really busy. So in my doing this, it was a bad idea, but I stumble on this this post that maybe leads to a Reddit, and it's regarding the global cooldowns because they're taking abilities and they're putting them in a global cooldown. So
if I don't know what a global cooldown, what is that, Belle?
I just had to have this conversation with my husband. You're trying to trip me up because I had to explain to him He knew what
Well,
a global cooldown was, but like I had to explain why it was a big deal because we were talking about it.
Never mind.
Oh, you're new? You're new? I got you.
No,
I don't really
know
know.
what it is, but if I don't know what it is, because you just say global cooldown, I don't know why that's relevant.
Well, isn't it? I don't want to screw it up, but I feel like it's like some abilities that are similar. Stuns, right?
That's DR.
I don't know. I know that I have like 3 abilities that share a global cooldown. I don't know it's because it's a specific school of magic or because it's a specific...
So the cliff notes of global cooldown is pretty much if you use this ability, all these other abilities that have a GCD go on a rotation. Instead of like using like Bloodthirst straight into Raging Blow on a Fury Warrior, if those are on a global cooldown, you would have to wait for the cooldown.
But what
like
do they...
1 second, 1.5.
So they're in the middle of redefining what that looks like. So to me, like, I mentioned the stuns. I didn't mention it smartly. But to me, like, I know what a global cooldown is.
Mm-hmm.
To explain it is not... It's like a whole different thing. But, like, my stuns, my Warlock stuns... Not my stuns, my Every Man for Himself, and then my Trinket. Those are global cooldowns. They share a global cooldown because they are the exact same.
No.
Yeah, they are.
They share a cooldown because they are similar, but that's not...
That's what I mean. Like, they're both a defensive. A means of getting yourself out of a stun.
Okay.
Right? Is that not the same?
No.
Well, then what...
A global cooldown is like the 1 second or 1.5 seconds that you cannot use any of those abilities. Like what...
I understand that, but what is the connector for those abilities? That's what I'm asking you.
Cooldown.
I understand that. But what are they deciding needs to share that same global cooldown? Is it the type of ability? Is it what that ability does?
So that you can't spam it. It has nothing to do with like type of spells or the type of ability that it does. It just, this spell is on a global cooldown.
So they're just randomly like, these guys are all going to share the same global cooldown.
If they choose that through testing, yeah. There's like no, there's no connector. There's nothing similar connecting them because there's the reason Every Man for Himself and the Trinket would go on the same CDs because
I always thought it was because it was a means of saving yourself, like defensively. So I assumed that they were.
No, it's just so that you
that
can't
was the connector.
Spam it, yeah. No, there's no connector. It's just like, for instance, they're randomly adding stuff now where it's like 3 abilities and it's on the global cooldown now. So you can't use back to back to back to back. Like you can't use like Ice Lance and Flurry.
Would it be because the combination of being able to use those back to back would be overpowering when it comes to who they're either their damage output or who they're fighting when it comes to like PvP?
Yeah. Similar to that, yeah. So it's pretty much so you can't spam.
So I always thought that there was a rhyme and reason when it comes to, like, I know we've already established that there's no connector. So I have not really put a whole lot of thought into global cooldowns, and I think me and Rem kind of proved our point. Nobody really knows enough to, like, it hasn't been a big deal up until now, right? Each of our classes have, we have global cooldowns that we just automatically know, but it hasn't really been like a huge thing. Well, Blizzard's been like super focused on that, actually.
I mean, it's always been a big thing because it makes or breaks rotation in PvE or killing someone in PvP. Like, for instance, for Warriors, what you could do is charge, and then immediately when everything is circling, you can heroic leap, but now they're on, a 0.5 second global cooldown, so you can't do it. Like, I mean, that 1 second in the grand scheme of things doesn't really mean anything, but yeah.
I've never heard people sitting around talking and bitching about their global cooldowns ever.
Well, because it's not like a make or break thing.
That's what I'm saying. That was the point that I was making. Is it wasn't a really big topic of conversation on a day-to-day basis when it comes to the style of play. Probably in PvP, I would imagine it would be more so than PvE, because I think when it comes to your rotation, you already know what fillers to use when something's not on cooldown or not available anyway. So I mean, we've overcompensated for our own rotation when those kinds of things happen. So it's kind of a big deal because they're doing a lot of them, actually. And I'm not really sure why they're focusing on it, but the only reason that I wanted to talk about it, I don't plan on getting into any of the
too late.
the global cooldowns that they're adding, but the point that I was trying to make, and I was failing on making that point because clearly I should have talked about that with Rem ahead of time, because Rem was not helping me make my point. He kind of did, but he wasn't. He wasn't assisting me in making that point. But my question is...
See, Calandra and I are on the same brainwave.
That's because she is GCD TV, practically, because she's their guy, their social media guy. So she probably knows more about spells than anybody else, because this is like part of her life when it comes to tweets. But I, like, when I first started seeing, I think Blizzard had posted a blue post about, I've been calling it the Global Cooldown Initiative because I don't know what the fuck else to call it, but I saw it was mentioned. I saw people were really, really angry about it. Now, to me, I know what it is because it's part of my life, but it's nothing I've ever focused on because I've always known how to overcome that, right? Like, I knew X was going to be, I wasn't going to be able to use it until X amount of seconds or after 2 recharges, whatever. Like, I already knew that. So when you have your classes, that's just a part of your day-to-day with your rotation that you use to fill, why something is not on cooldown, whatever. But on this post that I read, which was my real point, this was a theory about World of Warcraft trying to go to console. Now, we've talked about this last year, or maybe the year before on the show. We talked about this because when before, it actually had to be before then, because I'm pretty sure it was before Overwatch was like a thing. I think it was back when Titan was canceled and everybody was freaking out and upset, even though they didn't know what Titan was, but they were all mad. Well,
I'm still convinced there was StarCraft MMO. Okay,
it's possible, but there had been a lot of theory crafting about pruning that was done in Draenor, pruning that was done for Legion. They kept saying, like, they're basically dumbing down our class because they're, all of our classes, they're making it where we have less of a rotation, we have less buttons. Blizzard called it cleaning and, making it less convoluted and all those things. But for years, we had been used to that. So to us, it wasn't convoluted because, most of us could do our rotation in our sleep, honestly. Well,
let me Google convoluted.
Yeah, see, things like global cooldown, and I know things like convoluted. There are 2 different kinds of smarts, people, okay? Honestly, I'm new this week. Like, I'm very not on my game at all. I'm lucky I could even form a sentence. But my overall point here was this thread that I was on, where this person believes that this whole global cooldown initiative, I'm just going to keep calling it initiative, the vice president of my company, whenever he holds meetings, he calls everything an initiative. And I'm like, really? Why don't you just say project? Why do you have to call everything an initiative? One of these days he's going to watch the show and I'm going to be like, damn, maybe you shouldn't say those things. Well, they think that the reason they're doing this is so that it could be on console. So I say this to my husband, like I'm reading it, and because I'm doing this during work hours, and I'm reading it, and my husband like goes on this rant about how like there's too many things in WoW for it to be on console because of buttons and all these things. So I explained to him like, well, I mean, this could be a very, very valid theory. When you play GTA, you have to have the wheel, and the wheel has all the different weapons that you could choose. So I mean, I suppose that you could theory crap, but I don't necessarily believe that. But, Rem, how do you feel about this latest conspiracy?
Well, the conspiracy that this is relevant to potentially console, no. If ever go on console, no. GCD in general, I'm indifferent because in the grand scheme of things, it's not gonna make or break anything. It will. Well, you could probably die in the 0.5 seconds. You can't heroic leap away, but in terms of consoles, it's not even a valid conspiracy.
Well,
because you would have to literally have maybe 6 abilities, and that's including defensives, utility, damage. You wouldn't be able to use any macros, any keybinds. It'd have to be a completely separate game on a separate server, and not Warcraft.
I don't think Warcraft's ever going to be, not the Warcraft as we know it. There could be a version, maybe, but I don't believe that for 1 second. But I am going to love the fact that people that are listening to this are probably freaking the fuck out, and they're like, wow, Belle actually believes this crap. But my husband starts getting defensive, and I'm like, you're preaching. I know already. I'm not concerned that World of Warcraft is going to go console. It's Warcraft is not the type of game that belongs on console. It just doesn't. It belongs on PC Master Race. It just is what it is. But
don't hate me, but it works for Final Fantasy.
Well, let me tell you,
because they built it around that.
Let me tell you how I feel about the whole global cooldown situation. So I went through all of them.
I thought we just
No. That was the lead-in. I tried to tell you, you didn't do what I was hoping you would do, but then again, I didn't actually talk to you about it first. There was a point to all that, but the point was ruined. It just is what it is. But I did go through all of those pretty in depth, especially like I was asking my husband about like classes he plays, like Paladin and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But so in my thought process here, one of the things not complain about, but one of the things that I struggle with when it comes to arenas, especially like when I'm still having to relearn the things that Belle's capable of because of pruning or ability changes, rotation changes, nerfs, buffs, whatever, is the fast pace of things, like things going at such a fast pace. It's been my complaint the entire expansion. I complained about the world first race being so fast. It was pretty slow the last two raids, but I complained about everything being at such a quick, like, we're just zoom. We don't have any opportunity to absorb, to enjoy, to do anything. You blink and it's over. From PvE to PvP, I go to join a fight, doing some shit in PvE. By the time I cast a spell, all the shits are dead. That's awesome.
Well, that's just because we get so overpowered. It's not anything else, really.
Well, but part of that being overpowered is even when it's like normal hard bosses, like I get a couple shots in, but it's already dead. The same's true in raid. The same's true.
Well, because your cast takes like 3.5 seconds.
I know, fucking chaos bolts. But I read a blue tweet. It wasn't like a tweet. It was like
all blue tweets.
No, it wasn't a tweet. It was like a blue response in the middle of another forum post, and part of what he had said, which I think it was Kvax. Part of what he had said is this is our. What did he? I forget how he worded it, but basically it's kind of changing the. Oh, I'm struggling on the word. I'm trying to human. What is it when you're trying to change time? When you want to slow time?
Travel.
No, you want to slow it down. What are you doing?
Distort.
God damn it.
Extend?
Kind of. Like, I guess that would be...
So they're trying to give Warcraft an extends copy.
No, fuck. I'm like having a...
Prolong?
Ugh.
That's
yeah,
actually...
not prolong, but they're pacing. Thank you. Fuck.
You're welcome.
No, it wasn't you. It was in chat. Pacing.
I know.
I hate you. It feels like perhaps they might be setting up the tone for pacing lots of things. This could be world PvP. This could be regular, arenas. This could be boss fights. This could be dungeon fights. This could have something to do with the island stuff, the Warfronts. They might be trying to extend out, not extends, weirdo. The fact that you even know what that is disturbing to me. I feel like you're supposed to be like a little,
Just because I look like I'm 12.
I know,
I'm
it's really
12, so I'm
whenever you
40,
say
but-
whenever you say things that are even remotely weird, I'm just like, who are you? Because I have this vision. Anyway, but I feel like maybe they're trying to make it where it's not over like Grease Lightning. Like maybe there is a little bit of a pushback in whatever fight that you're doing, whether it's PvE or PvP. What if you can't just run in no matter how you're geared, no matter what tier you're wearing, no matter any of those things? Maybe there is a land where you should always be able to go back and kill things that you've killed before, right? Like this changing of the eye level on maps, that's all fine and dandy, but I still want to go back to Hellfire Peninsula and I want to kill all the fucking Reavers because I've earned that right. But what if you didn't in an encounter because some of your abilities are limited on the global cooldown, right? So to me, we said there isn't a connector.
You're still gonna one-shot the Reaver.
Huh?
You're still gonna one-shot the Reaver.
But I'm talking about current content.
But it's never mind.
What?
It's not. The pacing is like minuscule. It's not gonna make the fight go like 30 seconds or a minute longer.
I don't think it should.
It's just gonna make. I don't know if it'd help reaction times or something like that for PvP. So it's not just like you said. Not like
well, because it's not just PvP.
But,
I mean, they're doing it across the board.
I know it's across the board, but.
But I didn't think it was gonna extend you know, a minute fight to 5.
That was a little excessive from the 30 seconds.
But I'm just saying, like, I didn't think that at all. But even 5 or 6 seconds in between that time is make or break, honestly, for
Oh fuck! I couldn't do that.
a lot of situations.
Spring spells.
Luckily, when I looked at these, the global cooldowns didn't seem.
Like it's only 1.5, 1, and then 0.5.
Some is a lot of them are only 0.5. And they put Cataclysm for Warlocks on a global cooldown. Okay, I don't even use that talent because it's stupid. But so really, my whole point here is there is a lot of people who. What?
You're funny.
Listen, not everybody is like you. Not everybody's smart, okay? I hate you. But I really do think...
What's your point again?
These little tiny things, while we probably will never notice them, there will be people that will notice them. So there's a reason, Blizzard's doing it. They're not just arbitrarily deciding to do something. They do have a thought process in mind. They do have a reason. Angie mentioned something, which was where I stole her word because I couldn't find my own.
Plagiarize.
Slowing the pace, like, even if it's just by 0.5 seconds. 0.5 seconds is a super long time if you're dying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a long time if you need, if I need to drain life and it's on some type of cooldown. But I mean, I don't think you should be able to use all your abilities all the time, so I guess it makes sense. But I mean, I already have, I was trying to think in my brain. I don't really have a ton of globals, question mark. I still don't understand the term in general. I do,
We'll
but
go
I
with
don't.
that after class.
No, I'm just saying, like, I understand it, but I don't it's mind-boggling to me because I always thought that there was something that connected them. I thought it was like the same.
No, the diminishing
thing.
Returns is probably what your
No,
brain is
I-
focusing on. Well, no, just that has that concept because like
Maybe.
stuns and horrors and horrors and stuff like that is on the same one, whereas it wouldn't be
Maybe.
on the same DR as fear. That's because those are connected, but this has no correlation with each other.
They're just guys doing spells. Guys doing spells. Hey, I wanted to talk about I have to skip some of this stuff because I didn't pull images. Guys, I really thought I was on the ball. I did show prep early in the week, but I didn't do the rest of it. I do want to talk about Chronicles has been out. How long has it been out now?
3 weeks? Almost 4?
Yeah, I think so. I think, guys, next week I want to showcase some mounts from BFA, and I want to talk about some new tabards, and I want to talk about there's two of the allied races are testable in alpha, which I plan on spending some time there this weekend. We did do Warfronts. Well,
So all I'm going to say about Warfronts is it has a lot of potential to be extremely fun, but they, based on feedback and all the information that they got from it, they learned a lot of what do's and do's nots because it is extremely laggy. I'm pretty sure it's because of all the moving parts, honestly, because there's a lot going on, a huge map.
well,
Yeah.
we were Arathi Highlands, yeah?
Yeah, right outside Stromgarde.
Beautiful. I got video footage of it. I plan on making a video or doing something weird. I don't know. I went in there and got it. That morning I did all my morning stuff so that I could hop in because it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, here's how long this warfront. This is a warfront. This isn't like several. This is one, right? So it's like a scenario. It's basically like AV essentially.
It's like a mix of AV with Wintergrasp because you're attacking
you're right.
Stronghold, but it's the PvE part.
That's true. Well, I didn't know what I was doing. There wasn't a lot of. They didn't really tell you.
There's not a lot of instructions or any good
Yeah.
pointers on what to do.
It was just go here and hope you know what you're doing. But of course, we're gamers. We figure that stuff out, right? Well, the server went down. They fixed it, or they restarted the server. Anyway, this was like a 3-hour scenario.
Yeah, it took about 2.5 hours because I was there the whole time. I didn't AFK.
I only AFK'd the last 10 minutes because I didn't have a choice. Like, I had to go get dinner started, and I was like, geez, like, it's been 3 hours. I haven't even peed. I have to go do something. So I did AFK the last 10 minutes. And
it's definitely, because I didn't get the chance to do AV when it lasted like a week, but it reminds me of that.
Yeah, and it was great. There's a lot of elements that I enjoyed. Once I kind of figured out, okay, you have to go over here because you have to get the wood. I originally was just looking for the wood instead of realizing that I picked up the blade and I could get it off the trees. That kind of changed the game a little bit because I was able to do more stuff. And then going to get the stone. So there's like in our little hold, what is there, like 6 or 7 things we have to build? There's the barracks,
So you have to go from the barracks, there's a war mill, there's the place where you build the demolishers, I can't remember the name of it. And then there's Altar of Storms, and then something other, and then you upgrade the actual Orc Great Hall and become the Stronghold and all that.
The cool thing about these Warfronts is like, so you go to your barracks and you give them X amount of wood or X amount of stone, and you could get your troops to help. You could get like an axe thrower. We did this Horde side because it wasn't ready for Alliance side testing. So there's different soldiers that have different abilities that you can choose from. Because throughout this whole scene, like Rem said, it's basically a mix between Wintergrasp and AV. There's waves of Alliance, like we're Horde. There was waves of Alliance. Same concept as actually Ashran, when the captain, and then he has like 8 or 9 people with him, like you're shooting down the center of Ashran, you're going to the other side as Alliance, you're going to Horde side so you can kill Vol'jin, and then you have, you randomly have the Horde captain with his little troops with him. So it's kind of that same idea. They go to the different points on the map. There's like, kind of like AV in that sense, where you have, you can dominate each side.
Yeah, the watchtowers and
and you'll lose those if you don't send any, if nobody runs over there. Your guys aren't going to be enough to do it on their own, especially with those like captains. Who was it? It was like Lieutenant Velen or something.
Lieutenant Dan, you had it.
Well, he killed me like 4 times, but it definitely has to be strategized because there was
It was just chaos.
People
'Cause no
are
one knew
new
what
and
they were-
nobody knew what was going on. So that was a little bit of the struggle, and I don't fault anybody for that because I didn't know what was going on. But I feel like it has a lot of potential. I did see their post that they made where they talked about that they did get a lot of feedback, a lot of the connectivity issues with, I would cast and like 20 seconds later, the cast would finally happen. And I'm like, oh, okay. Then I kept thinking that somebody was stealing my wood pile because I'd click it and it wouldn't be there. So I was getting mad. I was getting frustrated. I'm like, seriously? You just run up and steal it? And then I realized that it was just a delay. So, yeah.
It's all good. Yeah, because it doesn't give you really an indicator in chat. It just pops up the plus 12,
Pretty much.
plus 30. And it's like, if you squirrel for a second, it's like, did I get it or not?
I don't ever squirrel, so I don't know what you're talking about. Never have I ever squirreled.
Never have I ever.
It was actually fun.
Liar.
I did enjoy, I enjoyed doing stuff in there. I don't really know what I was doing half the time, but once I kind of figured it out, it was kind of interesting seeing the stuff being built and then the chests that would just randomly appear. So the concept behind these Warfronts is there's going to be a victor for a certain period of time. I don't know that they've given us the period of time.
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't think we know, like, if it's going to be a week or whatever, but it's pretty similar to concept to
It could be pretty similar to Broken Isles with the Mage Tower and all that. Maybe on rotation of 3 days or something that's not over excessive.
One of the interviews, he had said it was going to be like a substantial amount of time. To me, that said like a week, right?
So then they're going to do rotation, different war fronts, and then when it comes off,
I don't know.
Timer,
Maybe, yeah. So we don't really know what that looks like, but whoever is the victor, right? That's your dig. You get there's gear that, well, I don't know that it's like better item level gear. I think it's cosmetic, right? It's just armor.
Both.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't say it was going to be a value item level wise, but it was going to be cosmetic collections, like things that people would want. That was
if I'm going to spend 3 or 4 hours possibly in a Warfront, I'm going to want something better than cosmetic. Just saying.
Well, I'm sure you'll probably be able to get achievements, and I don't really know. They didn't really give us much information. The only reason why I knew about the armor is because WoW had a data mined some of the armor from.
And the Alliance one is beautiful.
Yeah, so definitely a lot to be developed there, but I'm excited to see kind of what that looks like, to be honest. I really liked the island expeditions more than I like the Warfront. I like fun.
Both equally.
Yeah, I had fun with the island expeditions, honestly. That was like super fun for me. But yeah, I mean, it was interesting for sure. If you have alpha access, I recommend going to the next testing because they did say that they were going to do another one after they made some adjustments. So I think, it's worth a shot anyway. Definitely good things there. All the good things to be had. Guys, I just want to tell you I'm really happy about Colteran humans. You were a naysayer and you were like anti-Colteran human, and then...
No, I'm anti-Colteran druids. I'm for the Colterans, not druids, okay?
Why are you such a hater?
Because it doesn't make sense for them to actually have... They can be druids and learn about being a druid, but to actually have them change into the little wicker beast doesn't make any sense. Because those were witch spells from the Drust.
They're still cats, though, aren't they?
Oh. Mechanically, but not...
They still look like a cat.
Not... Mechanically, they are, but... I think they prefer the term feline. Cats seem so belittling.
I don't know. I'll go ask my cats who are probably hiding in some weird shit.
That's gross.
I didn't mean like motherfucker. All right, so
whoa. Yeah, no.
Chronicles, all 3. I'm reading.
Mm-hmm.
Reading the second one, actually. So everybody should have had time to read them. The third one, right? Because it's been out, what, a month? March?
Been about a month, yeah.
So, what do we know?
What do you mean, what do we know?
I don't know. What are we talking about?
Oh, no, I was just going to go over some of my favorite without going into detail, because I want to talk about some stuff.
Is
like,
it from 3 or from like a combination of all 3 of them?
From 3.
Oh.
That's just like what my favorite points are in the book. And then I was going to go over, like, for instance, some of the dungeons and raids. They actually talk about lore-wise who was responsible for that and all that good stuff.
Oh, because they actually gave credit, right, to a faction?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I haven't read that part yet, but I remember the discussion regarding that.
So in Chronicle 3, it's going over the events of pretty much right when the Dark Portal is being opened for the first war, and then up to the point of Cataclysm. And so it's pretty much everything we already know, but like I said, just solidifying everything, making it on stone, on paper, however you want to use a term. But and then they're putting the story behind, like I said, all the dungeons and raids that we've been going through. Because as right now, it's always been like, oh, Horde and Alliance are both in this place, wrecking stuff. And it also explains some of the reasons why we actually went there. Like, for instance, Firelands, Molten Core, Blackrock Spire, stuff like that. It actually gives a reason on why we were going there. And some of my favorite points in the book from reading it and from past in the game and all that is it talks about the recent release of Illidan when he was in prison for about 10,000 years for seeing the water from the Well of Eternity. And it was Tyrande that released him. And they go up against the Wardens and eventually go up against Archimonde. And the fall of Arthas, which is also a very similar tale of Sargeras succumbing to the Fel. But it talks about Arthas and his pretty much all the whispers he was hearing from the Lich King. And it talks in detail about the culling of Stratham, where he goes there and meets with Mal'Ganis, kills all the citizens, and after that fact, he goes to Northrend to go to the Lich King because he's telling him, I'm losing my power, I need you to come here, etc., etc. And it goes over. So if you didn't play Warcraft 3 with Frozen Throne, or if you don't know the backstory behind that, I suggest doing that because it's an amazing campaign.
I just want to make sure people are aware that the Lich King is not a born into, handed down generation.
No, it's not hereditary. It's not
Lich
bloodline.
King. It's the title is fake, guys. It's not real.
It's a real thing. It's just it's not like long live the king. King is dead.
Yeah, they don't have like an heir to the throne. Like they steal the heir to the throne, or they like possess the heir.
They have heir. She puts on air. Anyways, Mirrodin and I'm so dumb. Sorry, Mirrodin and Arthas are seeking out the Frostmourne, the Rune Blade, because Ner'zhul / Lich King shot it out of his encasement so that Arthas could find it. And there is actually a cinematic in Warcraft 3, and it goes in detail in the book of what happened afterwards. But Arthas comes upon the Frostmourne, and the Lich King can feel his presence and can hear his. I don't know how to. He can sense that he wants the blade, and he wants to pretty much succumb and release the lights. And so it goes over he drops his hammer, which is actually called Light's Vengeance, which is given to him by Gavinrad the Dyer, one of the original members of the Knights of the Silver Hand. And so he picks up Frostmourne, and the encasement that it's in shatters, and it pretty much knocks Mirrodin on his ass and knocks him out. He assumed that he was dead, and what we didn't know actually before is that I actually learned is Arthas actually goes to use the lights to heal him, but he hears the whispers of the Lich King in his mind, and he's not able to call the light. It what's the word? It abandons him, and so he says, "I don't need this. It's not helping me anymore." So he picks up the Frostmourne because it's true power. It's something that's going to help me in my quest to save by killing, but save my people.
So why was the light not there? Did it pick up on the whispers from the Lich King and was
no,
like...
it's more just picking up on the fact that he wasn't...
Like pure or whatever?
Pure heart, like he was already...
It could see the darkness in him already.
Kind of like that, yeah.
Okay.
And after that fact, he becomes a Death Knight in service to the Lich King. And he goes back home and kills his dad, fucks shit up. No good, but it's an amazing story. It's like one of the biggest, it's one of my favorite, like, falling, or what's the word? It's almost like a drama because he just like falls into chaos. But one of my favorite stories and events in Warcraft of all is during the Third War when Tyrande, Jaina.
You said Tyrande.
I'm new, okay?
I know, this week we're brand new, guys. This is our first ever show ever because, boy, are we not on the game today.
But so there's 3 major wars in Warcraft or on Azeroth. And so during the Third War is technically the Second Burning Legion's invasion. And this is, like I said, where Tyrande, Thrall, Jaina, and all the denizens that took the call of Medivh, the last guardian, they band together to defeat Archimonde and his legion at the Mount of Hyjal. And the cinematic is, and the story is amazing because it shows Archimonde's true size where he's climbing up the tree and all the wisps from the forest encircle him. And they all like...
He's pretty big though. Like, I don't think a lot of people, even if like you think they made them bigger for like when we had to fight him, was it the last expansion?
Hellfire Citadel, yeah.
Like, I mean, he's pretty...
No, it's not like exaggerated for the raid. They're literally like this big. That's why it took so long for Kil'jaeden to get his head through a summoning portal, because they are...
I know a lot of people with that problem. I'm starting to get the old me back because I was inappropriate for what I'm pretty sure was the first time this evening, which never happens because it's usually the first 5 minutes of the show. So we might be getting back to good.
But yeah, so that was my personally was some of my favorite events in the book and in the story in general. And so I'm gonna pick apart all the dungeons and raids that are explained in the book and just give some backstory on 1, why we went there, 2, who exactly got the credit for it, because I'm pretty sure I have the head of Onyxia. I'm pretty sure I killed Ragnaros, but apparently someone else gets credit. But yeah, and also if you want to know anything in particular, just let me know. remedies@pomcast.tv. I have one too. But yeah.
Look at you being all an adult and plugging your own stuff.
Whoa.
Jaina spoilers, man, in the news. The news feed. Jaina spoilers. Jaina makes an appearance. The Magar Orcs and the Dark Iron Dwarves are testable now in Alpha, which I'm excited to kind of check out the Dark Iron Dwarves. Well,
so I'm sorry to say, I'm going to announce it now. My priest is going Magar, so you're going to have to find someone else to go.
I thought your priest was Void Elf. I'm confused.
Oh no, it's going Orc.
Why don't you just level the 40 other hordes you have?
Because my main's going to be a Magar Orc.
Oh, I mean, that's no loss there, really.
Okay, done deal.
I'm just saying it's not like a super loss for me. It's a no for me. That's exciting about these Jaina spoilers. I think I might actually check that out. Yeah, there's big, huge, ginormous. Why? That's crazy. Yeah, there's big spoilers. We're not going to deal with all that, though. Next week, I want to talk about the things that are going away in BFA and the things that... There isn't many. There's like 4 things. And, another refresher on what you need to prioritize between now and not even really pre-patch. There's going to be some things that are going to change with pre-patch, but depending on how they pace out the story that we're going to be dealing with Lordaeron and the burning of Teldrassil. And am I good? Am I good? Are we good?
Teldrassil, yeah.
Did I embarrass myself in front of company? I don't know how they're going to pace that content out, so I don't really know what we're going to be looking at when it comes to that. Once I kind of have a little bit of a better understanding of what their plan is for, that, then we can kind of solidify a little bit more. But I think that it's probably a good time now to kind of start organizing your thoughts and organizing things that you want to get done on your to-do list. Typically, this is the time when people unsub or they stop rating or they stop doing all these things because they want to take a break and they want to play other games. To me, well, that's fun, and I do those things also, but it's also kind of crunch time because I have things on my to-do list that I want to get done before the next expansion because nobody wants to sit and level an alt during a new expansion. You want to be on your main, you want to do all those things, so we're going to need to kind of checklist and prioritize to get you guys ready. And with that, I'm working on something for Method, and part of what I'm working on for Method is kind of twofold because I think it's going to help others as well. And it is in relation to, how do you start when you've been away from WoW for 2 expansions? Where do you go? What's all those kinds of things, working on getting that into an organized kind of thought process there. Because it can be super overwhelming, but it really shouldn't be because they've dumbed down a lot of things and they've changed all the old stuff when it comes to how we had to obtain those, where there was content gating. It's not content gated anymore. Like there's a lot of things, even starting fresh, brand new with a brand new, level 1. If you don't have your account anymore or whatever, but it can be a little bit overwhelming. So that's going to be kind of my focus over the next month or so, because I think it's really important that we get all that stuff out of the way. That way we have a clear brain, clear mind going into BFA. Also wanted to note that somebody commented on Lore posting memes or GIFs or something on a forum post regarding PvP questions. So one of the players said, you're here posting memes. Why don't you at least answer our questions? I was laughing because Laura was like, just because I'm posting memes doesn't mean I'm not taking your questions seriously. I'm just posting memes while I'm taking your questions. They did say that they do have a lot to share regarding PvP and then, the whole soon TM. So what did we talk about a few weeks ago? I don't even remember what episode happened a few weeks ago, or even if there was any useful information in those episodes. But we talked about PvP is always the last thing discussed when it comes to anything.
Finalizing the expansion.
Yeah, like the PvP is always the last on the list when they talk about it, and the reason being is because the community is very
well, honestly, in that sense, shouldn't it be the first so they can get solid feedback? No,
they won't at all, because here's the thing.
They're scared.
Yeah, they really are. It is a very scary thing for you to be the person in charge of PvP. Like, I don't even know who's in charge of PvP right now.
Well, that's valid, but you don't even know that.
And like, I'm saying that, like, I don't even know. Whereas,
that'd be good information.
I've always known. I don't even know who's doing it now. Like, I'm sure I could make a phone call and find out, but why are they?
They call Mike Warhame. Yeah.
Well, I know that, like, Jeremy's doing the esports aspect of it, but like, who is the developer that's in charge of PvP? Because I know from the day Holinka took over and was in that department X amount of years ago, I want to say it was like from its very infancy when they started to heavily focus on that aspect in World of Warcraft. Like, I've always known he was the guy.
Yeah.
Who's the guy doing it now? Who the fuck is in charge, guys?
He's either being quiet or he's being strategically quiet.
Yeah, because they're scared. Guys, PvPers are insane. You start messing with their shit and, like, it's a scary thing. It really is a scary thing. But I thought it was weird a couple of months ago. I thought, there's always been somebody very vocal about that. And now there isn't anybody being very vocal.
Maybe he'll be more vocal in, like, towards the launch, maybe during BFA.
Or they're just being smart and making it where Ian's the guy that does all the talking. Because that's what I would do if I was them. I wouldn't have whoever's in charge of that publicly speaking to people on an official capacity, because I just think it's a bad thing. I think it should be one central individual who's in charge of all of it.
I don't know. Andrew's got a good theory.
That actually would be quite funny.
It's so masterful and
that would actually be quite funny if it was him. I was a little surprised that he stepped down anyway. Well, not really, because they absorbed him into this whatever this other project is that what do we think? We still think it's a mobile game?
That's the theory.
We still think it's a mobile game. Well, they said something about a mobile platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could very well be, but it's really super weird. So Ian's been doing all of the developer interviews, right? Normally, if you guys remember in
it was that lead developer,
whoever was in charge, if it was questing, and we lost the quest guy this last year, although I know who replaced him because he's been a little bit public about it. Who is it? Chad?
Was it the Chad? It's the Chad.
Guys, my computer just did a weird thing.
Was it the Chad?
My background just changed on all 3 of my monitors.
Isn't the NSA not supposed to?
No, guys, like I'm not even. This is real. So my background just changed, and you know what my background says?
You're hacked.
Be better today than you were yesterday, and be better tomorrow than you are today. It just ran. My all 3 of my backgrounds were black.
That's a crock of shit.
I'm not lying. All 3 of my backgrounds were black. Not lying.
Aliens or ghosts.
Then it just randomly, I'm sure you guys seen my face change, the light, and now it's on all 3 monitors.
So I would be worried if it turns back to black.
No, but who put this on my computer?
I blame Anna.
Guys, nobody has access to Bertha. That shit is weird.
Did you see me in between? Just kidding.
Like, okay, I'm gonna Snapchat it, guys. I'm not even lying. So I'm Snapchatting because I feel like I need to defend myself because people think I'm nuts. So a minute ago, or like forever, my background on my screen is always black, like the wallpaper.
Why?
Because any other color and it changes my skin tone for the camera. So like for show days and stuff, and instead of just changing it every show, I just turn it off. So okay, I'm gonna Snapchat. Hold on, I gotta move.
This is a shit show.
I want to try to prove people think I'm nuts, and this is happening live on the air. Hold on.
You're still nuts.
I'm trying to make it where like the. Hold on. Oh shit! Now people see my secret stuff. Okay, so I'm Snapchatting it right now, guys. I am not crazy. I'm not crazy. So my background was black on all 3 monitors, and then it just changed to this what is it? Be better. Yeah, I'm sending.
I love you, Travis.
Okay, so I just Snapchatted live, guys, because, you know, the show's already been a shit show today. It's probably the history of the world's worst episode we've ever had.
What's better than no show?
It's true. We're new, guys. Today is a new day, and we are brand fucking new. But I did just Snapchat. So if you have me on Snapchat, at Samantha Is It, you are going to see that my screens, all 3 of them changed, and it's kind of creeping me out. I'm actually going to go after show. I'm going to go ask my daughter if it was her, because that is creeping me out. So next week we will talk about, I want to talk about mounts next week, and I want to talk about some pets. I seen a little mummy pet that I'm a little obsessed with, but I want to talk about some of those things. And when I was in BFA doing some testing, I don't know that I've ever actually paid attention to hunter pets. And when I say that, meaning like hunter pets are just part of, you know, everything in World of Warcraft in any kind of group setting when you're PvPing or whatever. They're just there and you just know, and they're all pretty much, by now we've seen it all, right? But yep. I was in Borealis and I was just hanging out, and I actually noticed the hunter pets because some of the models that I knew had changed, but I don't really do a whole lot of hunter stuff, so I don't pay close attention to all that kind of thing. But some of those models looked like, I thought they were actually bad creatures trying to attack me. Like one guy was running and his pets, he had 2 pets with him, and the models were completely different. I'd never seen them before. Like I'd seen them.
So there's some new models for the pets, like the battle pets, and for the hunter pets.
Yeah, the hunter pets. Well, the battle pets was a whole different pet discussion, which I do want to talk about that next week. But yeah, I thought, wow, that's pretty awesome that they're giving one of the spectral pets is completely different. I knew because we talked about it, but I hadn't actually physically seen it live in game. It was quite striking. I'm excited for you hunters. You guys got some good things going on with those pets. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I do want to talk about the battle pets. I want to talk about some mounts. There's one that's really fucking disturbing. We'll talk about that next week, but it's I don't have an explanation. It looks like some shit out of fucking Total Recall. I don't know. It's weird. Ugh. It's weird.
That's something that Anna would have done.
Did you see the snap? I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
It just appeared on my computer in the middle of the show. I'm going to play back after we stop the show, and I'm going to play back to that part where the screen changed. So you can see my face. I might be nuts, guys. It might be. I don't really know. So, guys, this was our first episode after a week off. Guys, a week off makes a difference because I don't know anything at all. Like, I'm new this week. We are new. We also have not been streaming. Rem was moving, and
I'll be streaming it this weekend and next week.
Yeah, the move was not the business for him. I don't know that I'm going to stream Friday. I might try to stream Saturday instead, or Sunday instead. I'm just going to have to see what tomorrow looks like. The problem with me streaming is when I'm streaming, I can't work on other stuff, and I have DitchCon stuff to do.
You can take my slot anytime, Murky.
Whoa. That got a little weird right away. It got super weird. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us today. Thanks for putting up with our scrubbiness. Thanks for all the... I don't know, guys.
Yeah. Just like that. Exactly.
I feel like I may be going through menopause.
In other news, my week in WoW was eventful. I finished all of the class order hole stuff on the current 110 characters, so I just need to level up stuff, and I'll get the weapons.
I didn't ask you how your week in WoW was.
How was your week in WoW?
At all! I didn't ask you, because I was making another point!
You have so many points that are off, so I don't know.
I know, nothing was valid tonight. I just did BFA stuff. I did random, like I did some world questing. I did bank stuff. I did the guild bank stuff. So I hadn't done that for a while. So I cooked and organized all the tabs. Now's the time where I do all the weird shit in between expansions where I pull the, I'll go.
Next month we'll be selling all the mats. So.
Yeah, I'll usually do it a month before pre-patch, and I think we're pretty sure pre-patch is going to be end of June, mid-end of June, maybe beginning of July, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be June. But I got to do all that. Getting everything out and reorganizing things. I did work on the Discord server. Pwnecast has a Discord server. There's like one person in there because I don't ever do anything with that because I wasn't a huge Discord person. We are working on doing that though because I thought it would be really nice if we have some cool stuff for those who sub to us on Discord because I'm learning about all the bots, guys. Bots and more bots. That's what I did for the guild this week.
It's Skynet.
I focused on the guild Discord because we moved away from the Twitch platform for chat because it's awful. I know we're streaming live on Twitch right now, but it's fucking awful. Their app for the Windows sucks balls, 150%. So we are going to be using Discord for the guild comms, which is fine because I use Discord I'm in like 20 servers for other stuff. But Pwnecast does have one. We don't do anything with it. Nobody's in it. It just sits there. I am setting up stuff. Some sub-only channels. I'm going to do some giveaways in the Discord. I'm going to try to make it where, like, we can hang out and chit-chat throughout the week and not necessarily just on Showtime or through email and stuff like that. If anybody's interested, let me know that you're interested. If nobody gives a shit about us having a Discord, then that's great. I won't do anything with it. It'll continue to sit there with... I think the only person that's in that Discord is Ella.
I didn't even know there was on Discord.
Yeah, I'm like 90% sure she's the only person in there.
Wow. This is what it feels like to not be
Yeah,
basic.
I created it, and it's one of those things where do people even give a shit? Like, who cares we have a Discord? My mom probably cares. She'll probably want to talk to me every day in Discord. But if you're interested, let me know. Like, tell me that that's something that you're interested in doing, or you care.
Oh, even Angie was invited. I don't feel so bad. Because she's cool. I'm not. So.
Well, I forgot about the Discord. We've had this Discord server for like a year.
I've been here for more than a year.
Like, but when I created it, it just
sat there.
Just sat there. Like, we had an old Discord. I removed that Discord, or I did something. I don't know. So there is a Discord. I'm doing stuff with it. There isn't anything going on in there now because I'm working. Yeah, literally, Ella is the only other person besides me in the Discord. That is amazing, guys. I guess it's probably a good thing to invite people, you know.
Yeah.
If you're interested, if any, you know, I'll go through and, you know, I'll put bots and...
When we get it all set up, we can just put it in the comments for like YouTube, iTunes,
sub-only channel and all that kind of stuff. It should be public, question mark. I don't know that the server's private. I don't know how Discord works. Well, here.
You have to have the invite.
You guys can come in for science to help me get... Like, I'm doing bots. That's how Nightbot happened. Nightbot's in there chilling. Nightbot does stuff with subs and lets subs pick music. And, like, there's all kinds of stuff that potentially, you know, people might enjoy doing. But I'm not going to put a whole lot into it if people don't care or people aren't interested. Or, if, you know, I know somebody asked. I got a couple emails about a Discord server, which is what made me remember we have one. If you guys are interested. But let me know. Those of you... Oh, I do need a Discord command. Of course, you'd pick the one fucking Discord or the one Moobot command I don't have. Thanks, Murky. I'll get a Discord command thing through.
We're new.
Yeah, we're new today, guys. We're new. We're new. Yeah, we're new, guys. We're gonna get on out of here. I apologize. I apologize for this episode. I don't have any excuses. I don't know. I have no excuse for my behavior. I have no excuse for my inability to be any kind of fucking functional today or even any kind of smart. I felt like I was super intelligent for a minute there, but then it was gone like in a flash. But
you had your moment of convoluting.
Yeah, like I was in and out there. Next week should be a better week. Well, how many weeks do we have left in this month? So we've got, yeah, we'll probably have a guest for May 3rd. I have a special combo of guests. They are a male and female duo that are quite known around the interwebs for their videos. They are also not American, so we're gonna have to accommodate their time. But the
Sko and Jari?
No, everybody's gonna be really happy though. People are already going to know. They're going to be like, I know exactly who Belle's talking about. But yeah, they are super happy to be on the show. And then I found out they were fans of the show. And I'm like, wait, what? That's weird. We are scrubs. So, yeah, we'll have the guest stuff and all of that up on. Don't make me laugh. It's going to make me. They are kind of twins, right? Anyway, I'm going to end the show before it gets any worse because this is like literally a shit show / train wreck. We are getting the fuck out of Dodge before we get any unsubs and unfollows because they're like, fuck these guys. Guys,
it's too late.
Like I said, we apologize for this week. It's been... We're going to get on out of here. I love you all. Let me know about Discord if you guys are in or you're out or we're together. We're in. I love you all.
Where's the LinkedIn command? Thank you, Kawaii. God.
Oh my God, who even... I have a LinkedIn, but honestly...
Let's just go, please.
I'm just going to roll the outro.
We're not the old yeller this shit.
We're just going to let the outro play. No, seriously, we need to discuss... Hold on, let me do this new bot command before I forget. We need to discuss the fact that my computer randomly decided to put a background on all 3 of my monitors. I feel like you're not taking this seriously. Are you not taking this seriously? You're not taking this seriously. What are you laughing? What is that? Hello? Oh, it would be a link, right? Well, crap. Can somebody... How would my daughter be able to put the background on my computer? That doesn't make sense.
Oh, you always have it open, so I mean, it's not like it's a secret.
How would she be able to do it with me sitting right here?
I don't know, maybe a timer? Maybe rotation?